Y'all better buy this stuff up, because once the headquarters sees what kind of results I'm getting with this stuff, they're gonna up the price. Now, if you can't spray your stuff in the most adverse, worst conditions possible and get results like this, you ain't got the best stuff.
Scientific minds we have today.
Marker Colbert, Speedokote Finish Network. All right, guys, we got a real good one for you guys today. So we're going to show you guys so much today when it comes to painting cars. Have your listening ears on. We got a lot to talk about. So for those of you guys that are new to the channel, we're going to show you guys how to properly blend a gray, it's like a gray metallic, into a door. We're also going to talk about how you can save a little bit of money, especially when it comes to these OEM jobs. Save yourself a little bit of money on your OEM base coat, because OEM base coat doesn't matter who you go through. If you're getting even just a mid-grade level base coat, it's $5, $6, $7 an ounce. It's not super cheap. And we're also going to touch on, it is brisk in here. We have no heat. I do have some electric heaters up there in the ceilings. They might increase the temperature of the garage, maybe like 2 degrees. So we're also going to talk about what clear coats I like to use when it gets below 30-degree temps, because there is a big difference, between the clear coats you can use at 50 to 60 degrees and the clear coats you got to use down into 30 degrees for those of y'all out there that attempt to paint in the cold. We're going to go ahead, we're going to load up the Black Spider. I haven't used the Black Spider yet in the wintertime. Normally, the Mark I Eco is my wintertime gun because it puts out a little less material, so it can kind of put, more material during the wintertime is not better because it can put out more runs, blah, blah. But just to mix things up, we're going to whip out the Black Spider, see if maybe I do like it more during the wintertime. Who knows? So we're going to load up the Black Spider, and we're going to get to spraying. So the first most important thing you guys can do at home, you DIY painters, a lot of y'all get paint in a can just like this. Save your junk paint, okay? Always save leftover paint. It's good on a shelf for years. Some of this stuff can last like 5 years in a can. Obviously, you have to splash some reducer in it, whatever, but you can go ahead and ground coat your panels with a similar color to what you're spraying your current project, and you can save a lot of money on paint. Now, this front bumper, I'm putting a really good quality primer on it for raw plastics and plastics that are in shipping primer. I have a very specific product I like to use. It's called Roberlo. It's like their 4-to-1 primer that they sell. Supposedly you can spray this stuff right over top of a shipping primer, and it sticks unsanded. It is a very flexible, durable primer. I will say it's a really good stuff. However, we're not going to stop with just the bumpers. You guys notice my buddy from Brian from Paint Society, when they have brand new bumpers, they put them in like a gray sealer like this. They always go ahead and they go ahead and blend a little bit of sealer into the fenders. Now, you might ask, why do you do that, right? Well, if that ground coat just happens to slightly change the shade of the color, because your ground coat can sometimes change the shade of a color, and then you go ahead and slap it on the car without sealing the fenders with the same exact shade, it can cause a color mismatch issue sometimes. So you don't have to seal the whole fender. We're not sealing the whole fender on this job. We're just kind of doing some spot sealing, because we didn't want to get a bunch of overspray and stuff into our blend area on that driver's side door. So we just sealed the edge where the new bumper mates up to the new fender. And then we're going to go ahead, like I said, we're just touching up a couple spots, a couple little bare metal spots, and then we're going to roll right into base coat. All right, so we are pretty much wrapping up with our full concentration of base coat. This paint that I use, you really only, if you got a good ground coat, you really only need one coat of the OEM paint over your ground coat, and then one drop coat, one control coat. We're doing the drop coat now. As you guys can see, I'm holding the gun very far back. Some base coat systems, you know, they'll allow you to reduce the base coat up to 70%, but make sure you verify that, because if not, you could actually be weakening the adhesion to the paint to the surface by stripping out too much of the binder. So drop coat went great. Now, we did run into some problems with the base coat on the bumper. Unfortunately, sometimes this is a problem when you use different base coat brands and you mix two different brands of base coat. Sometimes you know, maybe they might not sit with each other as well or whatever. I think I just put it on too wet. I think that was a problem. So we just took some 320 and then some 600 on a soft pad, just sanded it out a little bit, lightly sanded it out, and then went ahead and just dusted some base coat over that area, and it looks fine. You know, looked like it never even happened. So that was a good save. Now we are getting into the final stage of the base coat, and this is really what's going to separate the pros from the amateurs. Now, as you guys can see, the rest of the base coat came out like really incredible. Like, look at that sheen, right? That's really what's going to set you up for a good paint job. If your base coat has a real nice sheen, great. But as you guys can see, you can still kind of see where we blended in that door. Especially with a metallic, you know, you might not be able to see it too easily in the sun. I mean, excuse me, in the shop, but once you get it out in the sun, you will see it. So we mixed the color blender 1-to-1 with reducer, and then just had like maybe like an ounce left in our PPS cup, and we're just fanning it over that blend zone where we kind of stopped the base coat, and that really smooths that transition out. Now for the clear coat, we got the SMR 135. This is a superstar clear coat, a hidden gem on the Speedokote website. This stuff performs incredibly. So incredibly, this is a job I never even filmed. Like 2 years ago, I actually sprayed a show car with it. Now, of course, I did 4 really wet coats of clear, but this stuff is just incredible. Wintertime clear, it's a great wintertime clear. Even at just 2 coats, you know, one kind of like light, I'd say light medium coat, like a medium coat, but like still full coverage over the base coat. And then a second coat that's just slightly wetter. It just performs incredible. It really does. It holds all of its gloss. It sprays relatively easy. It's just a really, really good quality clear coat. And guys, it's $98. $98. You know, it's a 3-to-1 clear. It's not your typical garbage, you know, low solids, 4-to-1 clear. Not say that all 4-to-1 clears are garbage, but, you know, it's a 3-to-1 clear, so it's got some pretty decent solids to it. And I can't talk enough about this clear. So you're going to put the first coat on, you know, you're just going to get the first coat on. You're not going to really kind of slick it out too much. I mean, I am moving a little bit slow on this hood, just because I know it's not going to run, whatever. But, you know, the first coat, you're just focused on just getting the clear on the panel without getting any runs, without getting any sags, without getting any kind of crazy orange peel. You're just getting the material on the panel. And then the second coat, you know, you come back, and that's when, okay, you clean up your edges. You know, if you got like some dry edges, you're going to clean up those dry edges and make sure you really flow the material out over that and slick it out real good. And if it still doesn't look good after the second coat, if it doesn't look the exact way you want it after the second coat, guys, I know a lot of painters out there, they're the 2-coat crew, okay? There's a lot of the 2-coat crew out there. Don't be afraid to do a 3rd coat, okay? There's lots of jobs where Marco from Speedokote Finish Network has done 3 coats of clear because the second clear, it still just didn't really look satisfactory, or maybe had a little bit of texture still in the corners or the edges or whatever. Don't be afraid to do a 3rd coat. That is, once again, that's something that separates the amateurs from the professionals. Now, one of the biggest things I've implemented recently in my painting technique, which has almost completely eliminated runs for me, is a lot of guys, you know, they say, oh yeah, walking the paint gun down the car is old school. It's for the old heads. It doesn't matter. It won't make a difference in your finish. You're a loser. Okay, well, I'll tell you that, guys, this is one of the most best things that I have implemented recently, is walking that gun
from the edge of that door where my yellow tape is all the way to the front of that fender. It will give you a more uniform finish. It will almost, I'm not going to say completely reduce your risk of runs, but it will take down your risk of getting runs dramatically, okay? Because there's no chance of double up. There's no way you can double up on the clear because you're not stopping anywhere in your path. It's a straight shot. You're walking down one edge to the other. So that's another really big key thing. As you guys can see, the first coat got a little bit of dust in the hood, a couple little dirt specks here and there, but nothing super noticeable. And look at that side. Look at the consistency in the texture. Look at that. Super consistent. Why? Because we walked the gun from one panel edge all the way to the end. We walked it the whole way, so looked really good. Couple dry spots here and there. That's what we want. We want that the first coat. We got a full seal over the base coat, but as you guys can see, look at that edge of that fender. Perfect. That's what you want. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to finish up the second coat of clear on this job. Definitely going to be part of the 2-coat crew today because the first one looked so good. So this is just kind of like a reassurance coat at this point and just getting a little bit of build out of that finish. And we're going to slap this second coat on and we're going to call it done, call it good.
He's one of the best scientific minds we have today.
Now, before I show you guys the final results with the Highlander, I want to give you guys a shout out to this video sponsor, which is KI Wheats. They have an endless amount of automotive tools, DIY tools. They even got metal detectors, $100 metal detectors. You guys want to go to the beach, go on vacation, go and try and find some gold, they got you. They got electrical tools, wire strippers, all kinds of stuff that you need to do electrical work, wiring. A lot of these tools that they have, they get shipped to your door, 30-day guarantee, 30-day money-back guarantee, satisfaction guarantee. They have 3-year warranties on just about all their tools. Now, most cheap tools out there, you'll find they got a 1-year warranty or 6-month or, 2 years, like a lot of stuff at Harbor Freight. Guys, they're putting 3-year warranties on electrical stuff. I mean, these, and this is the most important thing that I want to show you guys, is the paint thickness gauge. They got paint thickness gauges for only $100. And this, if you paint cars, this is something that you really, really want to get. I still don't have one personally. I'm going to be getting one here soon from them. But yeah, definitely a paint thickness gauge. That way you guys can tell, hey, this panel's been painted before. Hey, this panel hasn't. Really awesome stuff. 3-year, like I said, 3-year warranty, quick shipping, guaranteed satisfaction, quality tools. Now, the tool they sent me was the articulating bore scope. Very easy setup. It comes in the package, literally ready to go. All you do is take that piece of plastic off. It's already put together 100%. All you have to do is hit the power button and you're good to go. Very, very quick and easy setup. The end lights up. So we're going to go ahead and do a brake check on the old 2008 SI. As you guys can see, it's pretty rusted, but the pad life is pretty good. Still got some good pads. Also, you can check other things. You know me? I got an intake, actually like a ram air intake right in the front bumper of this car. So, you know, it's kind of nice to kind of be able to stick a light in there and just check the filter, see how it's doing, you know. So, really good tools, come in handy really well.
There you guys have it. How to get perfect paintwork, well, close to perfect, in under 30 degrees, how to save money when painting your car at home, and how to properly blend out a metallic paint into the side of the car. First things first, I need to give my holy grail to Speedokote, okay? This is the only manufacturer in the world that, you know, we are advertising and very comfortable to advertise that this clear will comfortably work down to 20-degree temps. You know, not to toot our own horn, but you guys will always wonder why I say in every single video, if you guys are looking for the best auto body detail products in the world, there's a reason I say that. There's no other manufacturer out there in the world saying, hey, grab our clears, spray them down in 20-degree weather, have fun. All these other guys out there, we got the best clear car, we got the best stuff. We got the best stuff. Okay. if you can't spray your stuff in the most adverse, worst conditions possible and get results like this, you ain't got the best stuff. Yeah, y'all see these jobs, man. I mean, the floor was not spick and span clean when I sprayed this job. And, you know, to be fair, we did get a little bit of trash in the hood. You know, a little bit of trash in it. But, you know, we're spraying a little bit, you know, not super clean floors. No spray booth. No heat. Like all of the worst of the worst. And these are the results we got. The Speedokote color blender is also another lifesaver when it comes to these metallic jobs. This color, obviously, I mean, it's maybe like a hair shade off. You can kind of see a little bit of a color difference in that rear bumper where I didn't have any blend room. So it was like just a hair shade off. It wasn't like crazy off. It was just maybe half of a shade off, right? But we were able to do full concentration of base. We stopped our full concentration of base at the mirror. And then all in here, you guys saw how I was moving the gun. I wasn't like, no. We were like that. When you are blending paint, you have to change how you move the gun. If you go, especially metallic, if you go like, okay, you turn into a robot, okay, you're going to have hard lines and you're going to have very hard edges in that metallic is going to like, you're going to get real crusty about right here. What that color blender does is it kind of creates a real soft edge for them metallics to kind of land in, especially when you mix the base coat in the color blender. And when you just kind of like fan it like this and kind of flick the wrist, flick it, come in, flick it here. Dude, this thing looks so freaking good before I even put clear coat on it. It was just phenomenal. I'm real lucky on this blend up here. I did not polish that. That is a polish-free blend. Now, some blends, you know, listen, my general rule of thumb is when it comes to blending, if you are not good enough at your blends, and this is my opinion, to where you can just take a black polish pad and just a little bit of polish over it and call it good. You know, maybe a little bit of compound, whatever. If you got to break out the wet sandpaper and no, just don't even just paint the whole panel, because by the time you do that, you done burned up all 2 hour, an hour of your time. You could have just went all the way with it. Most of my blends here at Speedokote Refinish Network, they are either off the gun good, like I did not polish this, I'm not going to polish it, off the gun good, or good enough to where I can take a buff over it in about 60 seconds, 30 seconds with some compound, 30 seconds with some polish, and kick it out the door. That's how we do it here. Guys, this clear has been sitting for 2 days. It is fully hardened up, fully shrunk back, no dieback, no loss of gloss, no loss of gloss. This just like, guys, this clear coat is $98. 98 bucks. Just what the heck? I tell people all the time, especially when it comes to like these hidden gem products that Speedokote sells, like the SMR 135. Y'all better buy this stuff up, because once the headquarters sees what kind of results I'm getting with this stuff, they're gonna up the price. SMR 135 fast activator. You can spray it all the way down 20 degree temps. Now, if you spray it down 20 degree temps, you're going to want to reduce it 5% with the Speedokote Fast Reducer. Reduce it down 5%. And your first coat, you're going to want to spray it on super, super light, like almost like a dust coat. And then you're going to come in with another like real light medium coat, maybe a second medium coat, maybe. But you want to put the clear coat down to 20. You're going to do super light coat. But we sprayed this in 29. It was 29. And golly. Look at the freaking gloss. Like, just look at the freaking gloss. I mean, it looks better than this is the factory paint here. It looks better than the dang factory paint. You know, shoot, let me just do the walk test, you know. There's that side. See? Much less reflection. You can see my shirt and everything better. You can walk up here. See how it fades out? It looks better than the dang factory paint. This car is only like 6 years old. If anything, Toyota and them Honda guys and Honda factory, they need to call us up. Hey, this is what our clear coat looks like. Looks like you need to put it on from the factory. But overall, man, outside of the product, you know, I hope you guys really enjoy watching the video. So always save your junk paint, especially, and like I said, guys, when it comes to cold weather, it's all about using the correct speed reducer for your base coat, the correct clear coat. If you guys are spraying under 40, don't even buy nothing else. Go buy the SMR 135, or if you want even better results, go buy the SS1210. The only reason I didn't use the SS1210 on this job was because I ran out. Spraying wing way. All right, we blew through a lot of clear. So I had the SMR 135, pretty much same product, 3-to-1, medium solids clear. Dries a little bit slower. That's the only thing I don't like about the SMR 135 compared to the 1210. It does dry a hair slower. But gloss, pretty much the same. Durability, I will say that the 1210, I've seen that last 5 years on spray paint. I will say the 1210 takes the cake on durability, just because I've seen it last over half a decade. This is still like, I mean, it's neck and neck with the 1210. So clear coat, don't even bother with the other manufacturers out there. Just go straight to speedokote.com, grab you the 135 or the 1210. That's if you guys are spraying in under 40 degree temps. You got to get Speedokote. As far as your base coat, your reducer, and all that, all that stuff is kind of variable. You don't want to go, you don't want to go bottom of the barrel, because then, this would have taken like 3 or 4 coats of paint to cover. That is so frustrating. Do not do that. Do not buy bottom of the barrel paint and then be in here all day. Don't do that. Get yourself at least a mid-grade base coat. Something where a pint costs like $100 or $80. You get that $30, $40 pint base coat, it's going to be garbage. It's going to be watered down. They're going to water it down with binder. They're going to water it down with solvent. By the time you get it, you put a base coat over the primer, the first coat, you don't even see the dang first coat. It's just base coat, mid-level or higher. And obviously tape, paper, all that other stuff. All that stuff is all available. You guys can choose what you want. But anyways, that is going to wrap it up for this one, guys. As usual, and proof in the pudding, if you guys are looking for the best auto body and detail products in the world, there's one place you need to go. www.speedokote.com. They have everything start to finish you guys need to get your projects done. Okay? Throw me in as a sales rep, Marco. All the proceeds go to the YouTube channel so we can continue showing you guys awesome videos like this, how to paint your car at home. Like, subscribe, new videos every week.